No, not at this point, only to say that they plan to file multiple lawsuits. We're expecting to hear from Tyrese Sampson's mother, who hasn't spoken out since he passed away when he was on this ride and slid out one of the seats.
We could see it from down the block. We could smell it just as we started to approach as well. It's incredible and shocking to watch. We were actually standing not too far from the fire, a few feet away.
People were inside when the suspect opened fire. Take a look. There are 7 bullet holes in this window alone, and the front glass doors are boarded up after they were busted out in this shooting. This morning, the suspect is still out there. And people were inside the restaurant when the suspect opened fire. Check this out. You can see 3 bullet holes right here. I counted 7 in this window alone, and the business is boarded up right now. The suspect is still out there.
And Carla, many of us were part of that change. As many of us know, a lot of us got comfortable on our couches instead of in pews. That's the major problem that a lot of pastors say that they are dealing with, and the pastor here at First Presbyterian said his problem. A lot of his older members did not return last year. That is the major countdown a lot of people are waiting for. And I want to give you a little glance because it's still dark outside, but that light back there in the distance, that is what everyone is counting on. That's exactly right. We're just a few hours away, and I want to show you some of the crowds already starting to gather. You can see everyone with their cameras out. Extra early because, as you mentioned, more than 100,000 people traveling this weekend here. We also have a quarter of all Americans traveling this weekend. Again, Arizona and Florida, the hot spot. So that's why they're telling you to get there about 3 hours early. Those days where you could just roll to the airport about an hour ahead, it's completely gone. We're joined by Ann and Tim here. They're actually from the East Coast, escaping some of the cold weather this weekend. So we caught you guys. You tried to sneak away, but we got you here. It is, of course, warm and beautiful here. Tell me about how you prepped for traveling this weekend. Did you hear that it's the busiest weekend for traveling?
Well, we knew it was going to be very busy, so we wanted to make sure we had our masks with us, and our cell phones were charged. And it was crazy this morning. Just about an hour ago, the lines were all the way backed up to the storefronts, if you can imagine that. So it looks like they're steadily working through the lines, which has been really great. But it's wonderful to be here in Orlando, and it's going to be a beautiful, warm, sunny day, and we're thankful for that.
Were you a reporter in the past life? You're a natural. He said the lines were stretched back. And Ann, tell me how you prepared this morning. I know you guys mentioned you woke up extremely early because you saw just how long the lines are. It died down just a little bit, but we know they're going to pick up again.
Yeah,
how do you feel?
But yeah, we got up early and made sure we were ready to go and had everybody prepared. Yep.
And what time is your flight?
We actually just flew in.
Okay, so you just got here.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So after getting ready how was it in New York? Was it about the same?
It was pretty busy. Yeah. It was packed. Absolutely packed.
Where would you say is worse? Was this airport a little bit harder to deal with? New York.
Yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
So we're not that. Yep. We got you covered over here in Florida. So you have ease now on this end.
We don't have, of course, is palm trees.
I know, you can't get, we're exclusive, we're special like that. But as we heard Tim and Ann mention, have your mask, have your boarding pass also printed as well, and also wake up early because 3 hours ahead is the expected time to make sure you get your flight on time. For now, reporting live from the Orlando International Airport, Felicia Ashley, Channel 9. Eyewitness News.
And Felicia, earlier this week, there was a report released that we are now the 7th busiest airport in the world. So something to think about if you're headed there this morning. And if you're...
They're already forming, and from the looks of it, it seems like majority of those people are already here. Carly could see the lines stretched all the way back, and we're at the point where the 2 different checkpoints are starting to overlap, and it is just the peak and the start of the morning. That is because it is reported that nearly a quarter of Americans will be traveling during this season, and a lot of times we expect the December holiday season to be the peak season. It is actually now the overlap of Easter as well as spring break. You can see all the families lined up. We actually met the Aguiar family just a few moments ago. When I first met them, they were at the back of this line. As you can see, they are moving up. So I told you guys I was going to come bombard you, but how early did you guys wake up for your flight?
Gosh, I think we were up at 4 o'clock this morning. 3:30.
3:30 this morning. And how do you guys feel seeing the lines, seeing all of the crowds?
Well, all the years we've been coming to Orlando for Disney, it's the longest I've ever seen.
And where are you guys traveling to this morning?
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. And how are you feeling about, what time is your flight?
About 7.
7, I think.
7:10 or something.
And are you confident you're going to make it?
Yeah, I think so.
I know they were saying another report we learned is that flights domestically are also up by 40% since January. Were you aware of that? And also, was your ticket a little bit more expensive than it was in the past?
It was. We're definitely higher than we've ever paid before.
And what encouraged you to still kind of just go with it? It is what it is at this point, kind of.
Well, it was a good first big family trip since the pandemic started, so we're just happy to get away.
I'm going to let you guys go so you can make that flight. So you're not hauling it to your gate. Thank you guys. So as you can see, a lot of people are getting up earlier than they're used to. As you mentioned, as you heard this family say, it's the most packed they've seen the airport in a couple of years. Of course, to keep you updated with all the latest info, for now, reporting live from the Orlando International Airport, Alicia Ashley, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.